Good evening, my fellow Americans, and this is episode 4 of Unheard America. And my topic today is bullying in school. What can you do? I would like to start off my show today with two quotes from people in reference to bullying. The first quote of the week, of this week, of episode 4, comes from Ellen DeGeneres. She states, "We focus so much on our differences, and that is creating, I think, a lot of chaos and negativity and bullying in the world. And I think if everybody focused on what we all have in common, which is what we all want, is to be happy, everything will be great." Our second quote from Ellen says, "I'm still bullied occasionally. However, none of my current bullies really exist. They're all in my head. Be your own best friend instead of your own worst enemy." Our third quote is from Chris Colfer. "When people hurt you over and over, think of them like sandpaper. They may scratch and hurt you a bit, but in the end, you'll end up polished and they'll end up useless." Okay? We don't got time for bullies. Okay? We don't do stuff like that. Okay? So one must always ask himself, what is bullying anyway? And I'll tell you exactly what bullying is. Bullying is an imbalance of power. People who bully use their power to control, to harm. And the people being bullied may have a hard time defending themselves. Bullying is also an intent to cause harm. Actions done by accident are not bullying. The person bullying has a goal to cause harm. Meaning, some people may play a lot, and they may just be playing. But then there are some people who bully to do it just because it will hurt somebody else, and you don't want to do that. Repetition. Incidents of bullying happen to the same person over and over again by the same person or the same group of people. Now let me explain something to you, America. If you are getting bullied in school, the first thing that you do is you tell a parent, you tell a teacher, you tell your classmate. Maybe your classmates can't help, but even if you see somebody bullying, you step in. On our show today, we have two very special guests. Lady and Marlo, which is my little brother and sister, they're going to be here later on to talk about bullying and how they feel about it. Okay, stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. We're back to Unheard America. Right now we're in the process of talking about bullying in school and what can you do. Parents out there, if you're out there, I need you to call into my show. And that number is 973-337-6724. Only the parents out there. But, while we're waiting for that, before you can tell, before you can go and figure out if your child, this is for the parents. Now, before you can figure out if your child has problems in school, you need to really sit there and look and really be specific in your child's life. Like, be specific. How can I put that? Be engaged in your child's life. Make sure that you are involved in your child's life in a way that there's no need for them to be outside and making all these different type of friends. You should be your child's predominant friend. So, America, what are some of the signs of bullying when you are a parent and you have kids? What are some of the signs? I feel like one of the signs are sometimes kids are reluctant to go to school or certain places. You have to be aware. Or they're silent about what's going on in school. You may sit there and you may ask your child, Billy or Geneva, "Hey, how's school going today?" "Well, Mom, it was all right." You should feel some type of way. Don't just sit there and just bypass it. If your child comes to you and says, "It's all right," you need to dig deep and figure out what's going on or what happened that day, because it might be that they're getting bullied, and that's something that you don't want from a child. We're about to have one of our first callers call in, and she is from Bloomfield, Connecticut. We promote that everybody around the United States can call into the show, but she's from Bloomfield, Connecticut, and her name is Lady. So many ladies. We're back to Unheard America. bullying in school and what can you do. Now we're going to focus our attention on the warning signs of bullying as a parent. When your child comes in to the house, maybe after school, you try to figure out what are some of the reasons. Why is your child quiet, or for example, here are some prime examples of some warning signs for kids in school. Now, parents, take this heed, okay? Before you can tell, though, you got to really make sure. So here are some warning signs. They're reluctant to go to school or certain places. They're silent about what is happening at school. Frequent lost or damaged possessions. Academic professions. Oh, hold our first caller. We have a caller. Let's see what's going on. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, this caller. Is this caller number one?
Yes, it is.
Hi, caller number one. This is the Unheard America show, and today we're obviously we are talking about bullying, and I just want you to help me in America really just give me some insight on how you feel about what I'm about to ask you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, of course, you a parent?
Yes, I'm a parent.
Okay, so as a parent, can you please help me figure out some warning signs that your children may have? If you would think that they were getting bullied in school, how would you know? What are some warning signs that you think that a child may have? Let America know.
Well, I know younger children, like elementary school age children, they might come home and be sad or withdrawn from like the usual family activities or whatever they do after school.
Right.
They might not want to eat, or they might start like wanting to change things about themselves, like the way they dress, or
Ladies and gentlemen, we having a little technical difficulties today in Unheard America, but that's fine. But we're back, and we're not going. We're going to have part two of bullying because of today's schedule. We're going to do part two, but right now let's focus on part one. And today I want to have on my show two very special guests who are about to be very serious with you, and we're going to sit here and we're going to talk to you guys about bullying. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and this is part one, obviously, of Unheard America. Bullying in school, and what can you do? Now, we're going to have two parts of this because of the weather outside, and it's not good, so we're just going to do two parts. Today on my show, I want to bring to you two very special guests who's going to help me talk about this subject. Lady and Marlo, please welcome Lady and Marlo to the show. Good evening, Lady and Marlo. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Okay, you guys go to school, right?
Yeah.
So you know what it means to be a bully. You know what it means to have people bully you and all that good stuff. Okay, so I just want to ask you to. I'm gonna ask you questions, three questions, since you're on my show. Three whole beautiful questions. Question number one, and think about this very hard. What can you tell America? What are you supposed to do in a situation where you may be bullied? What can you do? First person is Marlo. Go.
Um, so a principal or a counselor.
A counselor, a principal or counselor. That is excellent. You hear him, America? You can tell a principal or a counselor if you are getting bullied, or a teacher if you're getting bullied. That's close. That's right. Come close. Come close. Come close. All right. Now, what about you, lady? What can you do?
You can walk away.
Walk away. Do you hear this, ladies and gentlemen? If you are being bullied in school, lady here, she goes to school and she's here to help you out. You can walk away. Now, is there anything else that you would like to add to this question?
No.
No. All right. Question number two for these kids. What grade are you in?
Third.
What grade are you in?
First.
Third and first. Question number two is if you come across somebody being bullied, what can you do? Or what are some of the things that you can do? Marlo, you first.
Tell your teacher
Mm.
or walk away.
Or walk away. Is there any way that you can help a person that's being bullied? Is there any things that you
Tell
can
them
do?
to stop.
Tell them to stop. That's good. What about you?
Or you could say that tell the person that's being bullied that that the teacher that the teacher needs help when the teacher really doesn't need help.
That is true. You can tell a teacher if she needs help, or she may really not need help. It's still good to tell to have extra support. Now, as far as these two questions I just asked you, let me tell you about me, what I would do in this situation. If I was being bullied, the first thing that I would do, yes, it's good to tell a teacher to tell an adult, but for yourself, you don't want the person to think that you are scared of them, even if you are. Um, as a child, what you should do first, the first thing that you must do if you are being bullied, is tell the person yourself to stop. Because that's the first thing. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Right. You have to take it upon yourself at first to do the right thing. And the right thing, the first right thing to do is say, can you please stop bullying me, or can you please stop bothering me? I don't want to play with you. I don't want to I'm not playing with you, or I'm not playing and doing the same thing that we're not going to do that. Okay? We're not going to do that. So you're not going to bully me. That's one. Okay? Um Now, if I see somebody getting bullied, that's a different story. If I see somebody getting bullied, just like she said, the best thing that you can do when you see somebody getting bullied is you can tell them to stop, because bullying is wrong. Bullying hurts people's feelings, and that is something that we don't want to do every single day. Never. We never want to bully. The third question I can have for you is: have you ever been in an experience where you were bullied?
No. I did.
All right, we're back. I have one more question for you. Oh, I asked you the question. Have you ever been in a situation where you were bullied?
At Carteret.
At Carteret. Now, how did this happen? How did this go down?
I forgot. No.
Come on, Marlo. We're being very serious. How did this go down when you was bullied at Carteret School? Did somebody say something that you didn't like, or somebody did something to you that you didn't like?
Um, I forgot.
Well, was it somebody that did somebody say something, or did they do something to you? You don't remember. Oh, there you have it. He doesn't remember, but okay. So if it was the fact that you were in Carteret, and what if somebody they hit you and they said, Marlo, you're ugly." Well, how would you handle that situation?
Tell.
Tell who? The teachers at Carteret. That is correct. All right. Um, that's it for my questionnaire. Thank you for guess. Oh, you do have something to say. Okay.
Well, a lot of kids, a lot of kids that are in like my class, say that they've been bullied by the older kids.
Oh, okay. When I was young, that did happen to me. When I was young, I did get bullied by older kids. And like for one instance, we had for freshman Friday in high school. That's where like all the there's four grades in high school. There's 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Uh, excuse me. I was in Irvington High School in ninth grade, and I got stuffed inside of a locker, and everybody else found that funny, and I didn't find that funny. So that was actually a form of bullying that I didn't like. Yeah, I got stuffed. Yeah, I got stuffed in the locker. Don't be laughing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are doing part two of Unheard American. Actually, I'm gonna have Lady on part two since she has so much information for you guys, and since she goes to school and she is in what grade again? Tell America.
Third.
She's in third grade, and that's actually a base grade for all of us to figure out what we want to do in life. And but one important important thing that we all must know is bullying is a no. No. Bullying is a no.
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 No. Bullying is a no. Um, for all the kids out there, when we be back with part two, we're gonna have better information, better time, and less snow because it is snowing outside. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have an outstanding evening, and we'll see you next week for part two of Unheard America Bullying in School. Right?
Yeah.
Supposed to clap.